Subscribe and press the bell icon to get the updates on leading a less ordinary life. Let me share with you the ordinary secret to become less ordinary. Once a man asked a question from the great Indian yogi, monk Swami Vivekananda. Sir, why do majority of people remain unsatisfied for what they want to achieve in their life? After taking a pause, he said, because there is a huge difference in what people want to become and who they are in their existing reality. It is this thing that I want to share with you all. We live on the great land of Bharat, which has witnessed the presence of great sages, warriors, and people full of wisdom who have made the impossible as possible. All of us come from the lineage of such sages and warriors, but unfortunately, majority of people today are not even able to do ordinary things effortlessly and thus remain unsatisfied in their everyday life. Let's take a group of 1000 people between the age group of 25 to 45. If you ask them about their aspirations, then all of them want to do something big in their businesses, careers, and lives, and want to become successful and wealthier. Some of them want to be successful entrepreneurs, some want to get into top MNCs, some want to get into top level management, and most of them aspire to earn a lot of money, fame, and lifestyle of their choice. When you ask them during their teenage, they strongly believe that they are definitely going to fulfill their aspirations and become successful. But by the time they cross their 30s, only few of them become successful entrepreneurs or lead the top level management of a company or are at a very good position in their career and are able to fulfill their aspirations with bliss. Whereas the remaining ones lead an ordinary life either by doing some work or job which they don't like. They still do it for the heck of earning their livelihood, or some of them keep boasting about their knowledge, information, and credentials, which neither fulfill their aspirations nor make them feel contented. And some of them keep complaining about the lack of resources or circumstances. Why do majority of them fail even though they have strong aspirations and are very confident? What goes wrong leading to such a large gap in their aspirations and outcome? Hardly 3% people are able to achieve their aspirations and goal. When we say this, we need to understand that having an aspiration and achieving an aspirations are two opposite poles. Having an aspiration is just like the craving that you get instantly after seeing an ice cream, whereas achieving an aspiration is just like a marathon run by a beginner who has to show sheer dedication, involvement, understanding, and actions. When we say this, ultimately it is all about our transition from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration. Let's understand what this transition is all about. Here is the best strategy for this transition that I have been able to realize, which is the reason behind every person's success and growth. Transition from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration is all about setting up goals to defeat yourself gracefully every day, which leads to self-transformation. If a person is leading his or her life with a goal to defeat his or her one limitation every day, then he or she has been onboarded on the right path of transition from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration. This is exactly like how a person runs every day with goals to increase his or her stamina for a marathon run, which ultimately transforms him or her from an ordinary runner to a less ordinary marathon runner. There are a lot many people who go for running every day, but still they cannot run a marathon. This is because they do not have clear goals to defeat their own self each day, which results in bringing the best version of their self every day. And that is why you must have seen people who are committed honestly within an organization even from last 10 years don't reach to the top level management growth as they do not have clear goals to defeat their self, whereas few of the people with clear goals are even directly hired at the top level management or reach there in no time. I repeat, transition from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration is all about setting up goals to defeat yourself gracefully every day, which leads to self-transformation. Even a lot of great sages and warriors witnessed on this land have experienced self-transformation from an ordinary person to a sage or warrior by setting goals to defeat their own self each day. Rollo May, one of the humanistic American psychologists, in his wonderful book Man's Search for Himself, says that the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardness, rather it is conformity. And due to this conformity, people are not willing to set goals to break their own limitations, or in other words, they don't want goals to defeat their own self or their weak areas. Today, we are in one of the most sophisticated era, empowered with technology as compared to the ancient times that lacked technology. Still, the ancient times have produced great sages, warriors, mathematicians, and more satisfied people having less ordinary personalities as compared to the current time. This is because now we conform or limit ourselves to set goals to break our own limitations, thinking or giving so-called logical reasons to ourselves that it is due to our circumstances, lack of resources, time not going right, and since these all are external reasons which we cannot control. A survey was conducted where it was asked from the people that why they aspire to do business, why they opt for this nature of job, why they want to do a startup and get into entrepreneurship, etc. 9 out of 10 people had no clarity that why they want to do this. They were doing this because a lot of people were doing the same and they thought that this is the formula for their success and to become less ordinary. Once again, I will come back on who can transcend from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration. The one who has the clarity that why he or she wants to do it and understands that the true success is all about the daily realization of his or her failures and setting up focused goals to overcome these failures that pulls up a better version of his or her self each day. I would like to tell you about the people who transcend from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration. Out of 20 people stuck up with obesity, each one of them has the common aspiration to become slim. But only 2 out of 20 are successful in their journeys for becoming slim. They want to get slim because they have the clarity that without physical fitness, they cannot achieve their set goals of a brighter career in forces or modeling, or getting a good looking slim partner. In order to progress through their journey of success, they have to achieve their daily milestone goals by defeating their own limitations irrespective of any circumstances. Each of them has to achieve their milestone goal to start their day early morning, though they have the habit of sleeping late during the night. Each of them has to achieve their milestone goal to go for a daily rigorous physical workout, though it creates a lot of physical pain. Each of them has to achieve their milestone goal to follow a disciplined diet, though they both are foodies. Each of them has to achieve their milestone goal to keep their self calm, to maintain their consistent focus, though their surroundings agitate them to get angry. All the above things are at an internal or self level and can be surely managed 110%. Likewise, in any field or for leading an exuberant daily life, a person has to form the clarity that why he or she wants to do it and whether he or she is ready to give his or herself for it. Since years, I am on the path to discover a key that can guarantee the transition process from having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration. I wondered if there was any such key. And with absolute attention of self-exploration, I have realized and found the key. Have you ever noticed sincerely that life, career and business is analogous to a battlefield? In the battlefield, you don't know what will come next from the other side. And in order to win the battle, one should have the clarity to embrace wholeheartedly the very spontaneity of life, career and business. There was a time when Nokia became one of the leading brands of cell phones in the world with the maximum market share and stopped setting up the next level goals to reinvent themselves for the upcoming evolution of smartphone age due to their overconfidence, pride and ignorance. And the final result was that they got crushed. Likewise, in millennium year 2000, Yahoo was celebrating its 20 million Ymail users and Google was planning to develop and launch its product Gmail. Yahoo, being a giant in emailing at that time, got deflected from the path of evolving itself and didn't set the next level goals to fine-tune their emailing to enhance the user experience. Whereas Gmail, which was launched in 2004 as a beginner, kept evolving and self-transforming itself by setting the next level goals with clear intentions to enhance the user emailing experience. And the final result was that the Gmail user base started increasing, people started shifting from Yahoo to Gmail, and there came a time when Yahoo came on the verge of selling its own company and Google refused to buy Yahoo. Even though you are a beginner or a leading market player, always remember you have to certainly set focused goals to self-transform yourself with a clear intention. So, the key is leading a focused, goal setting life to self transform with clarity and clean intention. Even in the epic of our ancient India, the Mahabharata, this key has been given within the sacred writings Bhagavad Gita, chanted by the Supreme Krishna at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjun, being the best archer and fighting in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, suddenly thought of moving back and leaving the battlefield as he started feeling that how he could do so many killings of his own people, his own brothers. And there Lord Krishna reminded him of his dharma in the form of this key. That is, keep your focus to win the battle because you know that we did every possible way to stop it. But your brother Duryodhana didn't agree. So, you are not doing this intentionally. Your intent is clean and being a warrior. Now you have to fight to protect yourself and for the deeds of Duryodhana which he did to your wife Draupadi. These teachings of Lord Krishna on the battlefield brought a self-transformation within Arjuna, and he was able to perceive that it is not killing the people. Rather, it is about killing the bad intentions and wrong deeds and following the path of truth irrespective of the circumstances. Now you need to understand that leading a focused, goal-setting life to self-transform with clarity and clean intention is not about doing a philosophy that it is my goal to do hard work for transforming myself or to become rich and earn respect by helping people. Rather, it is about setting up small, fixed, realistic goals to defeat yourself on a daily basis with a clear objective and experiencing self-transformation. For example, you must have seen two senior-aged people of same age group, both non-technical, but one uses a smartphone, laptop, digital payments flawlessly, whereas the other cannot even handle a smartphone easily. This is because the second person has confined himself and is not ready to make a focused goal to get a hands-on grip on smartphone and digital payments to self-transform himself, which will provide him independence to do the things in this digital age. Likewise, people who have a bad habit of chewing nails are not able to stop it because they never made a goal that from tomorrow they will never chew nails, and even if they do it unconsciously, then they will skip a meal for that day as a punishment. This will lead to self-transformation as they will learn to control themselves, and the punishment will teach them adaptability as it will act as a blessing in disguise. Make small measurable goals, take the clarity, set a clear intention, and experience the self-transformation. This is how one can transcend from the state of having an aspiration to achieving an aspiration by leading a focused goal-setting life to self-transform with clarity and clean intention. And this is the ordinary secret to become less ordinary. Why do I call this as an ordinary secret? This is ordinary because we know and listen to all these things about goal setting, transformation, and clarity. But since we never understood the importance of these things and how to use them for orienting our life, career and business for growth, it is a secret. And if you can apply this ordinary secret, then you will manifest yourself as a less ordinary being in your own profession or life or career or your area of expertise. Now, I want you to put the tool ordinary secret to become less ordinary into your practical experience to invoke your own less ordinary dimension for the success and happiness in your life, career and business. For applying this tool in your life, you need to understand this. If you talk about any invention and research, be it ever big or small, creation of any product, service or solution, starting up a relationship, beginning a startup and making it a unicorn, or leading a desired lifestyle, or setting up a company worth 100 crores, or earning fame and respect by working on a social cause. Creation of anything and everything starts from one's mind. First of all, whatever is our goal or desire, it germinates within the mind and then it starts taking shape within the mind with the clarity of thoughts. And finally, with our real-time action, it gets manifested practically or physically. This logically proves two important things. First, that the mind has a limitless power to make the impossible as possible. And the second, Newton's third law, that is, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which means whatever you will feed in your mind, the same you will manifest. Here, I am giving you a simple assignment to apply this key. And if you are able to do it, then surely you will start experiencing the self-transformation from ordinary to less ordinary. But you need to consistently follow this for next 28 days without skipping a single day. As everything starts from the mind, therefore, we need to begin the process of self-transformation from the mind. From today onwards, you need to do self-channelization by transforming your thoughts, which creates a barrier in achieving your aspiration. So, if you want to do a startup and your mind thinks or believes that you can't do it as you neither have any funding nor any family's business history, then start asking your mind as to why you can't when entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and many others went from rags to riches without any support, just by coming up with a meaningful startup. Start telling your mind that you are going to establish a meaningful startup. Likewise, if you want to become slim and your mind thinks or believes that you can't as you are too foodie and lazy, and thus you can neither maintain a disciplined diet nor you can go for workout, then start asking your mind that why you can't get slim, and then start telling your mind that you will get slim at any cost. Likewise, if you want to enhance your skill set for your career or business growth, and your mind thinks or believes that you can't as you have no experience, then start asking your mind that why you can't when a normal person like Shri Abdul Kalam can become the missile man of India. And then start telling your mind that you are going to get a grip on this skill. In this way, once you start reorienting your mind and thought pattern on a daily basis from negation to progressiveness, you will start experiencing a magical change in the way you perceive things which never happened before. Problems will start looking like opportunities to you. Once you have started transforming your mind and thoughts on a daily basis, take a diary and pen down your near future goal that you want to achieve and why you want to achieve. It has to be a focused goal which you really desire with a strong thirst and the clarity that why you want to do it. The goal that you will write has to be practical and realistic. For example, if you want to do a startup, then you must write that why you want to do it and your near future focused goal for successfully beginning the startup. So, consider I want to do a startup, then I will write I want to start my technology company as I have knowledge of technology and I want to help small and medium businesses in streamlining their business by using technology. And my goal is to get my company's first client within the next 2 months. Likewise, you have to do for any goal that you desire. But I repeat, the only condition is that it has to be a focused and realistic goal. Thereafter, you need to write down the small micro goals that you need to fulfill on a daily basis for achieving your desired near future goal. And once you have done it, then you need to put the things in action, because action is the bridge for taking your mind's creation to a real-time manifestation. With these actions, you start achieving your daily micro goals, which will automatically manifest the desired near future goal. And this in turn will let you experience a self-transformation. With this, I have given you an implementation strategy for the key I discovered, using which you have nothing to lose, but applying this with attention and conviction will change your life from ordinary to less ordinary, which was not there before. You are your master, and now you need to make a choice, either by following and implementing this key, which will not let you lose anything, but will make you transcend to a different level for your growth and success, or by leaving this key unused to do injustice to yourself by living a directionless ordinary life. Have clarity, defeat your limitations each day, or in other words, defeat your own self. Keep yourself focused for your goal and experience the self-transformation. Always remember, our journey from a mother's womb to this world is the part of self-transformation. From a child to a teenager, all our learnings and personality we have developed are also the part of self-transformation. And now we need to self-transform as an adult to bring the best version of ourselves each day so as to transcend from ordinary to less ordinary.